Imagine this. A simple 3 a.m. challenge, a dare to record yourself in front of a mirror alone in your room. What could go wrong on a night when even your own shadow seems to watch you? It was a freezing, silent night where the air felt heavier than usual and every sound seemed amplified in Alex's small bedroom. He decided to attempt the infamous 3 a.m. mirror challenge, thinking it would be just another story to show his friends online. Armed with only his phone and a small flashlight, he set up the camera facing the old, full-length mirror that had hung on his wall for years. The clock struck 3, and an unsettling stillness filled the room. Every instinct in his body screamed that something wasn't right, but curiosity pushed him forward. He laughed nervously, trying to calm his own racing heartbeat, and aimed the camera at his reflection. At first, the mirror seemed completely normal, showing only Alex's pale, slightly trembling face. But then, something subtle caught his eye. The corner of the mirror frame twitched as if it had a life of its own. Alex froze, telling himself it was nothing, maybe just a trick of the shadows, but the window was tightly shut and the room was completely still. A whispering sound brushed against his ears, so faint that he could barely hear it at first. He strained to listen, trying to convince himself that it was only his imagination. The whispering grew clearer, almost like someone calling his name softly, urgently, from inside the glass. He shivered uncontrollably, and a cold sweat ran down his back. The camera's recording picked it up. The mirror itself seemed to shiver slightly. And then, Alex noticed it. His reflection, the one staring back at him, was smiling. Not in sync with his own expression, but slowly, deliberately, with a grin that felt wrong. His blood ran cold as he realized the reflection wasn't copying him anymore. It was mocking him, studying him with a hunger he couldn't explain. Alex tried to speak, to laugh off the terror, but his voice trembled and caught in his throat. The reflection raised its hand, waving, and he froze, unable to move. Its head tilted slightly, examining him as if it were alive. The room's temperature seemed to drop drastically, and the shadows in the corners of the room grew darker, stretching toward him like long, grasping fingers. Books began rattling on the shelf, the floorboards creaked beneath his feet, and his chair rolled slowly across the room as though pushed by invisible hands. Alex's phone vibrated suddenly on the desk, displaying a text from an unknown number. "Stop watching. Or join me." He stared at the screen, frozen, unable to look away from the glass that now seemed like a portal to something beyond understanding. Panicking, Alex grabbed blankets to cover the mirror, but they fell as if flung by an unseen force. The lights flickered violently. His reflection grinned wider, too wide to be human. A cold wind brushed against him, though the room was shut. Stumbling back, Alex saw his reflection moving on its own, twisting unnaturally. Icy fingers touched his shoulder, but no one was there. Suddenly, the mirror shattered, shards flying everywhere, yet the reflection remained, whispering, "You belong to me now." He ran to the door, but the handle twisted as if the room refused to let him leave. The reflection stepped out from the glass, its glowing eyes fixed on him. Darkness swallowed the room. Shadows writhed, voices echoed. Why fight when you can stay? A freezing hand gripped his wrist, dragging him into the mirror. He screamed, then everything went black. By morning, the room was empty. Only the mirror remained. And if you look closely, you might see Alex inside, still staring back, waiting for the next victim at 3 a.m. If you survived this story, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because there's always another nightmare waiting in the dark.